I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Possum Kingdom Adventures. Well, some of you are probably wondering, why hasn't he been posting any videos? Well, it's not because I've been lazy. It turned out I contracted the coronavirus, and I got a very bad case of it. I got very sick, and it took me a good 2 weeks to get over it. And even still today, I've been over it for about a month and a half now, and I still, you can see, I get out of breath really easy. It's kind of odd that some people, they get the virus and they just barely have any symptoms, maybe a day or two, and they're done with it. And I was hoping that that would be the case with me, because I had planned on, if I ever got it, because I have to be off work 2 weeks, no matter what, 14 days. My work says you have to be off if you test positive. So my plan was, well, once I got the disease, then I would be sick for a couple of days, and then I would get back to work on that right there. Well, it didn't work out that way. It turned out that I was very sick, and I had all of the symptoms. But thank God I did not have to go to the hospital. Some of the clinics, the doctors or whatever, nurse practitioners, they suggested that I probably needed to go there a couple of times, but I held off. I didn't go because I know a lot of people that go into the hospital with this virus, they don't come back out alive, and I didn't want to do that. So anyhow, that's what's been going on. I'm still healing. Today, though, I went shopping to get a few more supplies for the shop. And I thought I would show you that and kind of give you a little update. I have done a few little things here and there whenever I felt like it. And again, I still don't feel 100%. Oh, and also wanted to mention, we had a big outbreak of the virus at my job. And there was actually 2 people in the outbreak that didn't make it. They passed away with the coronavirus. So my thoughts and prayers are with that family, and our company is kind of going through a hard time right now. It's hard to see somebody that you used to sit by and work with and talk to every day, and now all of a sudden they're gone. So I know you don't know their families, and I don't really even know their families either, but we can pray for them. I mean, we're all God's people, and we can pray for them. So anyhow, just wanted to mention that. But look at here what we got. That's white, isn't it? I don't know what it's called really. I call it a whiteboard. It's kind of thin. You see right there. I don't know if the camera can focus in on that, but yeah, it's dark on one side and white on the other. Normally they come in 4x8 sheets. You can see that they've been cut. Well, I'll show you why I'm cut it and where I'm putting it at here in a minute. But you know, I could have done this on the table saw myself, but Lowe's has a upright saw. I don't know what you call it, a circular saw, that they could set this in here and just cut those strips for me. So I had them to cut them in 12-inch strips, make it a little bit easier to handle. So that's what's going on there. And then I got 3 sheets of plywood, which I'll show you here in a minute where that's going to go. I bought me a new nail gun. Now, you know that most of you know that I shop at Harbor Freight a lot. I got this at Harbor Freight. It's not a Harbor Freight brand. It's actually a little bit better of a brand. So that's a stapler, and that's what I'm using to put this whiteboard up with. Also, I bought me a framing nailer. Let me go in the shop here. My framing nailer that I was using, it gave up the ghost. So I had to go get a new one, and I got that one from Harbor Freight as well, and it works very good. I am very excited about it. I like tools that make my life easier and make things go faster. So real quick, I'll show you what I'm doing with this whiteboard. I don't know how good the camera's going to focus on this, but you know, I'm going to turn you around. I put insulation up in the ceiling, and I didn't really need to have paneling up there, but I knew that I needed to have something that would hold the insulation in. And that's what I did. So you can see I put a strip. Now maybe you can see why I had them to cut it in 12-inch strips, because it'd be really hard to try to hold a full sheet up there by myself. If I had help, then maybe we could do it, but I just couldn't see myself holding, because it's real flimsy. And I just couldn't see myself holding that up there and nailing it up. So you can see where I put the staples right there. Maybe you can see it, staples there. I put 2 pieces up so far. Yeah, the splice ain't that great, but that'll work for what I'm going to do. It doesn't really have to look that great. I want it to be white so that it would reflect the light, but we're going to put a loft in here and just have open spaces. So you got to, I'll start right here at the back of the wall, but then if you look up here, this is going to have a board. It's going to go all the way across to the other side. And that's going to be used for storage. And then there'll be a loft space I've got marked right here. There won't be a board go across here, and I'll be able to climb up and go on each side, that side or that side. And then there'll be another board go across here. So most of that I'm putting up right now will be covered up. The only places that will be showing is right here where I climb up to go get stuff off of the loft or the shelf. All right. I'll show you things that I've done since I've videoed. You see that I have plywood now started, putting it along the wall here. Now a sheet there I haven't put up yet. That sheet right there is an older sheet that my stepmother gave me that used to be my dad's, and I'm going to put it right there. I already got one in that corner, so I'm going to put the piece of this right there, and I have 3 sheets in the back of the truck that'll go for that side, so it'll complete that all the way around. And then once I get that in, the next step, I'm going to be putting pegboard in, as I've told you about that. So I'll start right there with my pegboard, and we'll work our way all the way around the shop with pegboard, 4x8 sheets, 4 foot by 8 foot sheets, and that'll give us plenty of room to hang stuff. I mean, it's amazing what pegboard will do for you. In fact, I'll show you real quick. I don't know if I've ever showed you this. I'm going to go in my other shop. I did basically the same thing in there whenever I built this shop. So I'll show you what we've done. Look at that. Let me turn the light on. See there? All the way around the room is a pegboard. And that's pretty amazing. I mean, I can hang stuff. And here, look on this side. I got wrenches and screwdrivers and just all kinds of stuff. You can see I've run out of room. Well, I'm doing that same thing in my other shop because I like it so much. You can put stuff at visually, you can see it. You still have a hard time finding it sometimes, but well, you know how that is. That's what I want to show you, kind of get an idea of what I'm doing with the pegboard. Obviously, pegboard is not very insulative. It's not thick. It doesn't really help insulate or structurally sound the building. But man, it has a purpose. It works really good. I was going to show you something I was piddling with. I saw something on, I think it was like the do-it-yourself TV channel. Well, they were showing how to build a sawhorse, so I thought I would try it. They were using 2x6s, but I thought, well, I've got a bunch of old 2x4s. I wonder if I could do the same principle and make a sawhorse with it. And I did, so this is what I got. So basically, what you do is you take one 2x4 and put it sideways, and then you put one in the middle. You basically make a T out of it, I guess you could say. And then you don't have to cut any angles or anything. And then you cut your other 2 boards, the legs, and they just, one of them mounts here, and then it mounts here, and it creates an angle right there automatically. So you don't have to cut an angle. So, I mean, for what I'm going to be doing, eventually I'm going to have to cut plywood and stuff, and so I'm going to have to build me another one of these. I need 2 of them, but I mean, it's sturdy. So I just thought I'd show you that. I mean, that's a quick throw it together sawhorse right there. I put it together with screws, so when I get done with the job, if I don't need these anymore, I can just take the screws out and use the boards for kindling or whatever. So there you go. Whew, out of breath. So what else have I done since the last time we talked? I think I've caught you up. Oh, I wanted to tell you, remember this little jewel right here? Though the other day I got to use the heater part of it. And it did a fairly decent job. It was like 40 degrees when I came out here. And within about an hour, it was up to about 55 degrees, which really is plenty warm enough when you're actually working, doing something. It's kind of chilly if you're just sitting around. But you know, as you know, whenever we're in this shop, we're not just sitting around. So, all right, well, I've got you caught up, I think. As you've seen, I mean, we have got all the insulation in except for right here by the front door. I've got the boards added that I need. See those boards there? I had to add that board, and then over this side, I had to put spacers in just so I'd have a place to nail my insulation and then put the whiteboard up. So that was, had to do a little figuring on that. And still, I'm hoping it'll all come out right. We never know, do you? There's the other lights that we're going to put on the wall. Once we get the pegboard up, then those lights will go probably as close to the top as I can get them. You know, we've got these here that we've already installed. So, lots going on. But I just wanted to show you how the whiteboard was going. I want to put a few more of those strips up, and then maybe eventually I'll set the tripod up and let you see me put some of it up, and maybe cut it and all that. So y'all hang on. To use the old miter saw. Get this thing here out of the way before I trip over it. Alright, so I've got you on my head so you can see what I'm doing. I got my hands free, but I'm going to start working on these in the middle pieces here, whatever you call it, in between. I can't really do that other up there without help, because we got to hold it up in place, mark it. It's kind of hard to measure it. So I can't get a tape measure to stay up there while I work through and measure it, so I'm just going to have help. I mean, I don't like having to get people to help me, because I know everybody's busy and have their own things going. Now, sometimes a man just got to admit it. I need some help. So, but I can do these pieces right here. I was going to show you doing a whole piece, but because I can do the first ones, but as you can see, I don't have the insulation in yet, so I can't put that board up yet. So let's look at doing a few of these. I'll show you that step. So we got the miter saw, but first thing we need is we got to measure how long we want this, and then I know I'm going to have to cut them down because they're going to be too wide. But let's see if we can get a measurement of how long this needs to be. Yeah, that insulation is really tough to work with. I think 20 inches ought to do it, huh? You agree? I think 20 inches will do it just right. So let's cut this off a 20-inch piece. Get the old miter saw and put it to work. Just mark us a little 20-inch mark. You're getting to see some of the stuff in action, hopefully. I hope I got this thing adjusted right where you can see it. I haven't used this headgear except for doing four-wheeler rides, so I don't know how well it's going to show up. So let's get it right there and make sure we're squared up. All right, here we go. Gonna be a little noise. There we go. Now we gotta mark it. Let's see if I can just set it up there and mark it. I don't know if I can or not. You know what? I'm not so sure that I can't just nail it right there instead of worried about cutting it. It ain't really gonna matter, is it? Not gonna hurt a thing, actually, for it to overlap. Let's see, I got my board in right there. I remember that when I go to shoot the nails in there, I don't have a board to nail to right there. I mean, I don't see one of them. That'll be all right. I mean, like I said, it ain't that pretty, but you're not going to be able to see it because it's, well, I guess that part of it we will be able to see. That's the only part that you can see. All right, so we'll trim it. So let's go ahead and mark it. I want to mark it a little bit big or small, whatever you call it. I wanted to make sure it fits first time, so a little bit of a gap ain't gonna hurt nothing. All right, let's see if we can come up with a saw in a way to, I'm gonna have to straight edge that because the miter saw is not going to be able to do that little job. All right, so I got a straight edge. Well, I can use I've got it somewhere. I was using it up there. What did I do with it? Yeah, maybe I need to clean up the shop a little bit. Oh, it's up there. I kept looking up there because I use it to help hold the insulation whenever I'm putting insulation up. You remember, probably saw that in one of the other videos. I use it to help hold it while I'm putting insulation up. And I never did take it down, did I? Okay. There we go. Come over here. Get a little mark. Yeah, this is the only place you'll really be able to see the whiteboard. Alright, I guess this might be a good time to go try out the new Sawhorse. See if I can find a battery here. I have a DeWalt circular saws. Most people call them skill saws, but Skills is a brand. It's actually a circular saw, but most people call them skill saws. So there we go. All right, let's go outside and see what we can do. I don't know how this is going to work. Here we go. Well, I'll say that worked pretty good, didn't it? Dirty. Blow it off. See if we can blow it off. I tried wiping it off earlier. That didn't work too good. I think it's got like static cling on it. Oh yeah. There we go. All right. Here we go. Let's see if it's gonna fit. There's one. It's not the prettiest in the world, but it is going to have to do. All right, we'll do a few more. All right, let's get a measurement. I had to move the wire a little bit. You see that wire up there? This nail was on top here, so I loosened the nail and put it on this side of it. So let's see, how are we going to do this? Looks like 19 inches for this one. Yep, 19 inches. Oops, lost my support. There we go. No noise. Alright. Now we gotta mark it. Cut it. I knew that wire is going to be a little bit of a problem. Look at that. Let's see, how are we going to do that? I may have to notch that a little bit, huh? Just so we can... Yeah, we're going to have to notch it just a little bit. Well, let's see. That might not be too bad. I'll cut the little corner off or something. Alright, let's mark this up here. There we go. You just never know what kind of obstacle you're going to run into. There's always something. I'll leave my saw out there. What did I do with, oh, there it is over there. Still got to do the straight edge thing though. Alright, what did I do with it right there? Yeah, I'm start losing all of my stuff. I think this whiteboard, what it's really made for is you can use it to make like a dry eraser board. A big one where you can cut little pieces out and use it for, you can make, and I probably will make some, you could cut it and frame it actually, and then people could hang it up and do things to do or a list or notes, whatever. So you know, we might can do something with this someday. Maybe, like I said, frame it and it's a woodworking shop for a reason. There we go, little noise. Looky there. Man, we are making some progress. Air blower. Everything I need's on this table, but it sure is hard to find it. All right. I need to, well, we'll get her set up there before I get the nail gun. Let's see, I may have to notch that a little bit. No, that's all right, we'll notch it. Let's see, where's that jigsaw at? That'll do it. This will do the job right here. Had a hard time finding a place to plug in. Being sarcastic. Well, apparently we have some kind of alert. Oh, it's an Amber Alert. 2 girls abducted at homicide in Leavenworth. I'm not sure what that's all about, but anyhow, in Leavenworth, a black Honda, license plate 266MXB. So if you see that, then you might want to call the police. Okay, back to our rat killing. Let's see, make sure I get this right. We cut it like, yeah, the red line was up there, so I got to cut this. You don't want to cut the wrong corner out, do you? See what we can do here. Let's make a little relief. Nothing fancy or special. Just do what you gotta do and get her done. Looky there. That's what I'm talking about. Time for the nailer. How many nails we got here? Oh, still got plenty. I'm using 1 1/4 nails, so should be more than enough to hold that dude up there for a long time. Long time. Here we go. I sure don't want to put a nail through that wire, do we? That would not feel good. Turn around here. I guess it didn't run that far. Let's see. There, we got it. All right, there she is. All right, well, you got to see a couple of those. So I got to unload that truck. And I'll be back with you and we'll have a little bit of sign off. So just hang on. All right, I've got a few more pieces up. I'm getting ready to call it a day. It's been a long day. I just wanted to show you what I've done, finished. I want to turn you around. Well, so we got a good start anyway. That's all I can say is a good start. So we got that far. I got the truck unloaded. There's the plywood. I tripped myself. There's the new sheets of plywood that's going to go on that wall over there. And there's a little piece back here. We got to put it there. So all in all, we had a pretty good day. Whew, I'm tired. So I'm just going to have to sign off tonight, but I know that there was many of you that were praying for me whenever I was really sick, and I just want to tell you thank you. Thank you for praying for me. And God healed me. He took care of me. There wasn't any kind of medicine they could give me at the time that was approved, so I just had to tough it out. They did give me some stuff to help treat some of the symptoms of it. But now I've heard that there is a actual medicine to help combat the coronavirus. I don't remember the name of it. President Trump got to use it. It worked on him. So now I guess the FDA or whoever says that it's okay. So I wished I would have had that back then. And I'm sure the people that have died wish that they could have had something to try. But anyhow, I guess that's water under the bridge. I just want to tell you I love each and every one of you. Thank you for watching my channel. Again, I apologize for taking so long to get another video posted. But I told you why. So I'm going to sign off the way I signed on. There's the American flag. God bless the USA. And yes, Jesus is still the heartbeat of the world. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to sign off. May God keep you and bless you in all your ways. Goodbye.